Shouldn't you tidy yourself up?
I'd like to take Mutt travelling with me.
Did you do something?
No,
You haven't been taking care.
I have. It just got very dangerous. So I sent him back.
Ah.
Now I can take it. Come here, Mutt. I'd like to know. Who's this?
He's actually the real Lord of Rattay, and Sir Hanush is only his guardian, because Sir Hans is underage and his father is dead.
What do you think of the...
He comes from the glorious line of the Lords of Lipa. Folks say he's a bit hot-headed, but he took us in, so he must be a good Christian.
How are the Scallots?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Rattay's citizens aren't happy that...
Do you know?
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they...
That's all. What actually happened? I mean...
That's a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it?
I do.
All right, then. It was a day like any other. Another ordinary day in my ordinary life. I awoke at first light, before the others. I like those kind of mornings best. When the first rays of sunshine quickly drive away the nighttime cold. Hello, you. Come here. And the breeze carries the scent of dew-covered grass and the bloom of spring. Oh, look at you. Aren't you a nice boy? I wanted to get my chores done before the rest of the household was up. And this morning seemed made for that very purpose. Right, better get to work. I have to feed the hens, weed the garden, feed Tinker. I'd better get it all done before Papa is up. Look what I've got for your love. I must bring Tinker a piece of meat. That'll be a nice treat. To heal, Tinker. Look what I've... You'll love this. That should do it. The garden is looking how it should again. To heal, Tinker. Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks.
Razer, come here.
What do you need?
Go up and see the blacksmith. He made some nails for me. Here's some coin.
All right.
No, unless you want to stop off at the mart. And before you go, wake Samuel. The boys, he ought to follow your example and Steebor's. Well, at least he's still better than that the lazy wretch. A helper like that isn't worth it. If it weren't for his father, God rest his soul, I'd have thrown him out on his...
Aye, he's an idler, that one. And he'd hardly get...
God will reward him in kind one day. You could tell him to get it...
Right, go for nails, send Samuel and Zabishek to work.
I just... Oh, and Teresa, once you've done all your chores for the day...
A surprise?
Curiosity killed the cat. What kind of...
Oh, all right.
God be with...
How's it going?
No, I'll just carry in sacks of flour and that. And me and Pa have some
What matters?
No, it's nothing to worry your...
Oh, yeah.
It's some...
Sammy,
Yeah.
have a bite to eat before going to the mine.
All right, Ma. You don't... Looks like it'll be nice today, eh?
But you have to go to work.
I know.
There'll be no slipping off. You know very well.
What about dropping that pail on Tonda's head?
Not the first accident you've had.
Well, there you go then. If I leave early, nothing'll happen to anyone.
You silly sod. All you ever do at the pond is lie around. The only thing you'll catch is more trouble from the mine master when he finds out. Well,
Don't I always?
Pa says
Why would he do that? Then he'd be left only with Stibor, and Stibor's...
Listen, Zabishek. Pa's not happy with you, and if he says you're right, I'm only telling you for your own good.
You lot are always going on about work as if it was a All right.
That's more like it. Heal!
Better to have shit in a stable than in your head. Those books of yours are of no use in the real world of ordinary people.
What are you two quarreling about here, for the love of God?
This pipsqueak here claims studying is as hard a job as working in the stables.
I most certainly did not, because study is of course much harder work than mucking out a bit of horse manure.
See? That's what I'm talking about, and yet it's as clear as day.
Hang on. What's as clear as day?
That study is as hard as mucking out stables, if not harder.
A man who doesn't work with his hands is an idler, and a good for nothing. Am I wrong?
You're both right, but not one of you has a grain.
Ah, rhetoric worthy of Socrates himself, and out of the mouth of a woman.
Are you saying this good-for-nothing here, who has to beg for his beer at the tavern, is my equal? But to...
God bless.
What's new in the village?
There's to be a dance this evening. Again. Can we not find some other way? Harvest Festival? Pentecost Festival? Dances?
What else would we...
I heard they have combat tournaments in Rattay sometimes. The men... That must be lovely to watch. Why can't we have something like that?
But for a tournament, you need knights.
But Sahanish's tourney in Rattay is even for commoners. Even our fellas could
Oh my god, don't say that too loud. I can just imagine...
They wouldn't be the only ones, would they? How about that Henry? He's always waving that wooden sword around like... But there's an interesting... Which of our fellas do you think would win?
Henry would win for sure. He's always practicing with that wooden sword, like you say.
Do you think so? Don't say anything, but I think that... And he doesn't overwork himself at that...
Anyway, enough about tourneys.
How are you?
What's new with you?
Well, I went to see Pavlena's father to ask for her hand. He hummed and hawed for a bit, but he didn't offer much of a dowry, but I don't care. The main thing is I can finally...
That's great.
She only started not long ago. Always in the evening, while there's still a bit of light. She says...
No sign of the blacksmith. Where can he be?
God be with you.
Father sent me to pick up nails.
Aye, sorry, lass. Martin had to go to the castle to talk to Sir...
Oh, I see.
I'm afraid he hasn't had time on account of that sword. But if you come tomorrow, he'll surely have them for you. I'll remind him this evening.
All right. I'll stop by tomorrow.
Do that, dear. Oh, and by the way...
Which girls?
Bianca and Johanka. You should stop by and see them before you go home. You girls must be plotting something.
What was it about?
They didn't say, but it seemed important, which probably...
There's no harm in that, is there, good wife? You were young yourself once.
Oh, so I'm an old... I'm only teasing you, girl. Dancing is just what you young ones should be doing. Before you know it, your pa will find you a husband.
Thanks for letting me know.
Not at all. Have you seen Henry around anywhere? If he helped his father out more...
I haven't seen him at all.
No doubt he's at that swordplay with that so-called combat master again. If he could wield a hammer half as good as a wooden sword, there'd be no shortage of nails.
How are you, Teresa?
Good day.
How are things?
Pickman? I thought only the fellas at the mine...
Oh, sorry. Samuel sometimes mentions you, and I suppose I got used to it. Does it bother you?
Ah, what's the difference? I'll never shake it anyway. Pickman the idiot who chopped off 2 of his toes with a pick.
That's awful. People are always getting hurt in the mines. How did it happen exactly?
Just not paying attention, I suppose. We were digging a tunnel and I simply hit my foot with a pickaxe. It went through my boot like a hot knife through butter.
That must have hurt awfully.
It hurt like hell. And now I have to stuff the tip of my boot with straw or I can't walk straight.
I'll tell him.
In your dreams. Have you noticed how all the prices have gone up? Don't they all? Indeed. I was talking to some merchant from Prague about it, and he said it's like that all over. What's that then? Well, the roads ain't safe, so they have to hire armed escorts, and them fellows don't pay cheap. On account of brigands? They're all over. That damn Sigismund and these bloody heathens. In King Charles' day, we had... God save you, Tess.
I'd better be going. There's lots of work to be done. Be careful now, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, my carrots and radishes are coming along nicely.
What do you need? This time I'm looking for something.
Good day.
How are you?
What is it, Teresa? Did your father send you? Does he need me to count his groschen?
What?
Yes, not long ago. Quite a pile he had too. I had to write it all down for him. I never knew the mill was that profitable.
Bianca, how come you're up so bright?
Papa has me running around from dawn till dusk. You know.
Indeed I do.
I'm glad you're here, Tess. You've got to help me. But first, he's at the sheepfold by the stockade. As you...
Oh? Playing around?
Hi. He's getting...
Well, at least we know he'll be able to protect you from...
Oh well. Boys and their games.
But why don't you bring it yourself?
If Pa saw me running after Henry, he'd... But I can't leave him dry.
Alright, I'll bring the beer.
Thanks. And don't forget...
Everyone knows all the beer in Skalitz is from you and your pa.
You know what I mean. And listen, Tess. Once you've... Meanwhile, I'll make an excuse to Pa. I need you... But I'll tell you all about it after. I've only got 2 hands.
God be with you.
What news, Nate?
Have you heard that King Wenceslas's half-brother Sigurd... I expect he wanted to loot his brother's silver to pay for his campaign against his allies.
I heard some...
No. Those cowardly burghers surrendered to Sigismund without a fight and...
Why would King Sigismund turn...
He wants to depose him, that's why. He and those foreign lords of his think Wenceslas isn't paying enough attention. Well, that's easy to say, but if you ask me, the whole world is going to hell. Not even the church is able...
What do you think will...
It's starting to stink like a few years ago. You were still a little girl then, so you wouldn't know, but Wenceslas had to yield to it. Jobst of Moravia and his League of Lords even abducted Wenceslas's younger brother John and his cousin Prokop of Moravia.
Well, at least some of his family...
Well, yes. Only John and Prokop had to make some concessions to the lords in Prague that the king didn't agree with, so they I don't reckon they'll be willing to come to...
The more I hear about...
May the Lord watch over. My pleasure.
Greeting!
What news?
News? Have you not heard, girl?
How do you mean?
King Sigismund of Hungary besieged Kuttenberg, and quite rightly too. I am not the only one who would rather...
But Wenceslas...
But who is to bring order if the king...
Good man, Deutsch. You ought to watch what you say. Sir Radzig is the king's hetman, and he could take you to task for such seditious... Good day to you.
God.
What will it be?
I'm bad.
What are you up? How can I be of service?
There's a lot of things.
Greetings.
Let's talk about the price. What about this?
You won't convince.
My last.
Well?
God.
Let's have a word.
You wouldn't believe
Let's talk about the.
Sure.
satisfied?
That sounds...
Since it's...
That's better. Drop it a bit.
Well...
God.
God's...
What's new?
My husband keeps complaining about a cough and a running nose. With all the moaning he does, you'd think you ought to call the gravedigger. Men. They get a tickle in the throat and they think they're dying. But put a tankard of ale in front...
God's bless.
Your good self.
God be with you, Henry. Mind you don't get hurt.
Good day, Teresa.
I brought you a beer.
Ah, great. It's as hot as Pa's Forge out here today.
Well, I saw you hopping around.
Ah, you're right there.
I'll look forward to it. How come you're training on your own today? What's his name?
Vanyek. And he's not a vagabond.
Well, it looks like he's off.
Yeah. Actually, wouldn't you like to have a go? I mean, a bit of sort.
Me?
Sure.
All right then. I accept your challenge, young sir. But I must warn you, I can swat a mouse with a broom.
Yeah, I knew you had the heart of a... Come on then. Show me what you're made of. Whoever is the first to hit the other 10 times is the victor.
What if I hurt you, though?
Ah, don't worry. I can handle it.
Don't go easy on me, Hal.
Ah, very good.
Henry, really? Now that is hardly chivalrous behavior. Now, I shall have to fight for my honor. Take that, you scoundrel! Are you alright?
It's nothing, I'm fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you mad at me?
No, of course not. It's my own stupid fault.
Well, that'll teach you to go around slapping decent, God-fearing girls on the backside. Let me have a look at it.
No, it's only a scratch and a couple of splinters. And I didn't mean to, you know.
Show me that.
No, really, it's nothing.
You know how it is, Hal. He who lives by the sword
Dies by the splinter, eh?
There now. By the way, you owe Bianca for that beer. Heal!
Good day, Teresa.
How are you?
Here, enjoy. Good day.
What else was
You brought up?
I did?
Huh?
He said thanks.
Huh. All right. Fancy you
Right now? You want to quote me?
No. I need to pick herbs for distilling.
What herbs do you...
I've got almost everything except belladonna. I know a clearing where the
Belladonna?
It is, if you don't know what you're doing. But no.
Why don't you go and pick it?
Pa won't let me go on. They say a wolf.
A wolf?
So they say. But it was old Blaha who claimed to see it, and he's never sober.
Couldn't your brother go with you?
Adam, he'd shit himself if he saw a wolf. But he could.
Henry's favorite?
Yes. I'd like.
I might have known it'd be about Henry again.
Well, you know how it is, Taz.
That's easy to say when you work in a tavern where there are fellas swarming around you all day.
What about
Bishek? I'd rather...
I suppose. Not long ago, when he had a few too many, I heard him say how he was going to get you the richest husband from my...
Oh, Pa. So, You're going to borrow a bow from Adam, and then you want me to go with you to pick belladonna in the woods.
Actually, it's not entirely that simple. You'll have to get it from him. Anyway,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If the wolf sees a bow, so will you go and ask Adam? You know he's always liked you.
You might be able to do that with Henry.
Come now. You're as pretty, and once you've got the bow, meet me on the
All right.
Deal. Tess.
I'm glad to see you.
God be with you. Huh?
Good heaven.
Lend my bow.
Hey, Adam.
Oh? You would? Really?
Thank you so much.
The one I buy goods from. I was surprised myself.
Just the...
That's a good boy. Let's see what you can seek. Let's see what you seek.
What? Who's there? Answer me.
How are you, Teresa?
Bellyache. Whatever the ailment, I've got the remedy.
Oh, Mum.
Johanka.
I was asking around for you. Are you going to the
I'd like to go and have a look. Why?
No. I've got a dress, but if you know what I...
You want me?
No, I've already picked...
let me...
So,
what's the problem? You've had your eye on him since the harvest. Surely you must have noticed by...
He hasn't. I'm at a loss.
So you'd like...
That's right.
How in heaven's name do you want...
Easy. You're going to steal...
What?
If you can get your hands on it without him noticing, he'll be wandering around saying, and there. God be with you, Matthias. And he'll...
Aye, Johanka. I did.
Oh, I found it near the tavern. And then he'll...
Oh, the dance.
Of course. Then he'll take... Well, that's how it's...
You can't be serious. That will never work.
It will. He loves that dice of his. He'll be...
Why don't you just steal...
And if he caught me doing it? You think he'd... But you... Well...
Right. We're all a pack of thieves. All right, then.
Thank you, Tess.
Hang on, though. How...
He was saying at the tavern yesterday that he keeps it in his trunk when he's not going to play. Go and see Fritz first. I heard he's always got some lockpicks, whatever he wants them for. Anyway, no doubt...
Me? Pick locks?
Well, then... Maybe... But whatever you do, and not a word to Matthias...
They'll help with every pain.
Good day.
Tell me, Matthias.
Johanka? Yeah, she's an... Actually, why do you ask?
Johanka's a... Haven't you noticed maybe she...
Me?
She's shy.
You mean...
Supposing you were to ask...
Really? You think she'd go with me? Well,
Don't beat around the bush. Just...
Oh.
God save you, Tess.
God save... God be...
About Matthias.
Yes?
I had it.
What? You trade...
But he said he'd be...
I can't believe you'd...
I said he'd be very...
Just, like...
What more do you want? He'll come to you and invite you.
He's coming here! Oh my god, thank...